muscle car fans, welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and this week I'm going to update you on my 72 Charger project here, the MPC Rallye project that's being kit bashed with the AMT 71 Charger RT. So I've done a few things to it and got a few things going on. So first I did get the body painted. I used Tester's Hemi engine, or Chrysler engine red technically, so it's a red, a little bit dark red, which is what I was looking for. And I did color sand this down, and it's got 2 sessions of painting on it. This will be the vinyl top section. But I got the entire engine compartment painted and shot. Now this hasn't been decaled or cleared yet, but that's going to be the next steps. But this thing's pretty much ready as far as the body goes. Pretty happy with it. You can see the reliefs cut out for the exhaust here. So that's looking really good, really happy with that. And then shot the extra parts because this is the AMT front subframe. This section, the K-frame, will be blacked out, but the rest of it's body color, red, so I'm going for the over-restored look. So, the chassis is completely shot in red. So, no gray primer or any overspray. It's completely shot, but just going for that look. And then I'll paint all these parking brake cables and fuel lines and the gas tank. And to go along with some of that, I painted the shocks yellow. So these are shot yellow. And I started shooting a lot of the semi-gloss black. Here's the air grabber for under the hood. This is a resin copy of the Johan piece from the 70 Roadrunner and GTX kits. This is a copy of that, but this is from Hart's Parts resin. And then I got the air cleaner, which is from my parts stash. That's an actual Johan piece. And then the belts that I showed you, where I removed the AC compressor. I got a lot of the black stuff here. I haven't shot the interior semi-gloss black yet. I started working on it, got the column taken care of, and there's the steering wheel. These are from the AMT kit, and these are all the rest of the interiors from the MPC kit. And working on the wheels, I shot the wheels in primer. I still got to sand and start fitting them and dig out some AMT tires. So that's going to be one of the next steps here. Got to fit all that. But I started working on the motor. So there's the motor. Now trying to research these, because there's 3 known 72 446 pack cars. Only one of them has been restored, the 72 Roadrunner. That's in the Brothers collection. That's the one that was found recently back in, I think it was finished sometime in 16 because that's when it was featured. But even before that, when it was found in a garage and shown when it went up for sale. But I don't believe that one has its original motor. But in 72, the 440s went to blue. Which is why I painted this one blue, and that 72 Roadrunner engine is also painted blue for restoration. So I'm using that for inspiration to go with that, and it's kind of awkward, but like 72, they went back to blue. So like that car, it's restored and the engine is blue and the air cleaner is orange. So I'm going with that same look here. The 2 known 72 Chargers Rallies that are 446 pack cars, they haven't been seen in quite a while, and from what I've read, neither one of them has been restored, but they're well known, but they just haven't been out in the collector's eye and haven't been restored. So no real engine shots and whether or not those ones are actually blue or orange engines also. Just presume that they're blue. And whether or not any of them are numbers ratcheting. I guess the Mancini Racing one that he's owned for years, he blew up the original motor, so I guess that one's known that it doesn't have its original motor. And I think the 72 Roadrunner, I don't believe that one had its original motor either, but not 100% sure on that one. Been reading up on these cars and kind of lose track of which one has what, or there's very little information on them. But I've been having just some fun with it and just taking some creative licensing. Here's the air cleaner shot. I did some serious hollowing on the bottom side and some thinning on this to get it to fit around the carbs. So I got that really thinned out to get it to sit down, because this is pretty tight under the hood of this car. And like on this one, you can kind of see the putty where it's spaced the engine heads up a little bit and the intake up, but it blended in really good, so it looks really nice. But paint and everything, so it kind of disappears. And once I put the manifolds and everything on, they'll disappear there as well. So I got a little bit more to do on this one, but I'm giving you a little bit of update, and I'll do some more updating, and there'll be some more to this video. Shot the exhaust all with spray can silver. So next up, I'm going to get some decals on it, get the interior painted because this is going to be black, and get the decals on, get this cleared. Well, we've done a bit more to it. I just wanted to show you where we're at. I got the Keith Mark decals on the hood here, and this hasn't been gloss coated, but the decal is laid on there. You can kind of see how it's got a seam from two pieces there, which is looking really good. Got the 446 pack decals on the sides of the air grabber hood here, which is looking really good. Really don't know where placement would be since both the Chargers have not been restored, so I kind of went with where in theory they would go. And it would, you know, I've seen some that said 440 Magnum, so I'm just going with that. And she's looking really good. So, really pleased with that. There's no venting here, which the real car would have, but the model kit is missing. But it's funny because there's some controversy on whether or not it should have vents all the way across, or if there would be where it skips a few in the middle. So, most of the 72s have it where it skip, but some of them don't. But these were very early cars, so they might have had the actual 71 hood. Really unknown, but especially since one of the two cars is known to have lost its hood early in life, so because it lost its fenders, doors, and hood, so it has regular Charger sheet metal on it. But that car hasn't been seen in years and still hasn't been restored. But anyway, she's looking really good. I'm really happy with the way that's coming out. So it's going to be clear coated real soon. I got to clear coat the chassis, spray some clear on that, and then clear these parts as well. And on the body, I got the Keith Mark decals in here, which it has decals for the emblems, but they were there and I left them there. The decals are different, not really different scale, they're just different sizing and different spacing. So I really can't lay the decals on top. Same thing with the Dodge Charger emblem back here. So I'll be detailing these with foil. And then this will be foiled as well, unless it's black. Can't remember if that's foil or black, if it's chrome or black on the vinyl top. But I'll research that before I actually do it. Look at a few cars for reference. But this body is ready for clear. And it's funny because this is Tester's Chrysler Engine Red paint, right from Tester's. And this is Scale Finishes paint that you saw me paint. And they literally, this is Scale Finishes Cranberry Red. They're literally, you know, even under the camera, this one has not been color sanded. It's been sprayed, but I need to do another color sanding and another layer. Where this one's got 2 layers of paint and it's been color sanded. It's ready for clear and decaled. But they're virtually the same color. I think the camera makes them show a little bit differently, but in person they really look the same. But under the spotlight, they you can see a little bit of difference. But yeah, definitely not the same color. But I just kind of had that out and was looking at them, but now that I got the lights on it from the camera and everything, you can kind of see the difference. So we'll see if that shows up on the video. Also got more work done on the engine. So carbs are painted, coil is mounted, it's all painted, and just getting detailed up a bit, looking really good. One thing the AMT Charger has wrong is the distributor goes there, and the way it glues straight up. So I painted the distributor cap brown, which is how a lot of the Mopars were. But I'm making a new shaft from a piece of styrene so that I can mount it here sideways and have it mounted in the proper location. Which I've done before, but I usually would have this ready beforehand, but I had forgot about it, so I was painted it and I was gluing it on. I'm like, oh wait, I've ran into this before. But so working on that, and I will repaint the shaft aluminum and get that glued in place. But I've been working on the air cleaner as well. I got the decals on it. The Dodge version 446 pack. So these just came from my parts decal stash, which is huge. But so I got these decals and hollowed out the inside. And I'll black this out a little bit better. But I mean, once it's there, you won't see it. And she's fitting really well. But I got to make sure the distributor clears as well. And this is going to need a little bit more trimming because it's hitting these vacuum canisters right here. So it's pushing it off to the side here a little bit. So a little more trimming on the inside with my Dremel, which will get blacked out, but I'll get the air cleaner fitting really nicely. But for the most part, she fits. It's just some fine tuning is what needs to be done there. So still working on this. Still working on the engine. Got to get clear on those parts. And I started detailing the suspension, so a lot of these pieces are painted with steel paint. So I just started detailing some of this stuff. And then once I get clear on there and do the vinyl top, I'll be ready to start assembling it. And I still got the interior to paint flat black or semi-gloss black. So that's coming along. So stick around and stay tuned, and we'll see some more updates on this. It may be a little while as I'm bouncing around between both of them, because I'm going to get both of those bodies cleared. So kind of a sneak peek on that, even though it's really not a sneak peek, but kind of invaded to this video a little bit. But both of those will get cleared pretty soon, but I still got a little bit more painting left to do on that one, another coat. And then we'll be getting this one together. So this one might be done by the end of the year, not really sure. But just stay tuned and see what goes on with this and how it goes. And you guys, you have a wonderful Saturday, and I will see you next Saturday.